The summer after junior year, most teens start their college applications. I decided to apply to high school again. Before Chesterton, I attended a secular private school from 6th grade to junior year. The first 3 years or so, I didn't care about my faith. The only Catholic people I personally knew were my family, and they did not fit my middle school idea of cool by any means. Catholicism just felt like one more thing my parents wanted me to do. Thankfully, during my freshman year, I found a few Catholic friends and decided I genuinely wanted to be Catholic. Over the next few years, I slowly began to realize that my faith should permeate every aspect of my life, and nothing could have shown me that more than the parish I found at the start of my junior year. I met a lot of kids who were actively living the faith, and it was really inspiring to me. They taught me what it means to be a Catholic student, and I began to notice a lot of issues at my old school. My friends and I were drifting in opposite directions in life. As I rejected the culture of the world today, they began to embrace it more and more. At school, we were taught skills, not knowledge. We no longer read literature for its contents, but to improve our reading skills. In class, I was being asked all of these big questions about life, but my school didn't even care what my answers were, so long as they were well stated. I knew that I should be searching for the truth, but I had never really been taught how. I was working off a couple things I'd read here and there and some Catholic podcasts. I was trying my best, but I knew there was a better way. When the college counselors at my old school asked me what kind of college I was looking to attend, I immediately told them I want to go to a Catholic school, and preferably a classical one. Shortly thereafter, everything shut down. I didn't see any of my friends from school, and I went to adoration every day. I liked the person I'd become much more than the person I was when we were still in school. I grew restless and uncomfortable with the idea of returning to my old school the following year. I spent a lot of time asking God for an alternative, should that be His will. Around that time, many of my friends from my new parish were getting accepted to Chesterton Academy of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And my mom just kept talking about how it was the school she had dreamed about for my siblings and me. Too bad they were only accepting 9th through 11th grade this year. All I could do was stand there and listen to my friends guess how much homework they were going to get that year. Until one day, one of my friends told me he thought Chesterton had one senior. I came home that day and talked about it with my parents. We figured we would send a message through the school's website just to get a feel for the situation. About an hour later, my dad was on the phone with Mr. Ohotnicki. Chesterton Academy did not have any seniors. Frankly, they weren't really expecting any. I mean, who transfers their senior year? Mr. Ohotnicki was open to the idea, but we only had a week before I had to tell my old school that I was leaving, so we had to work fast. The beginning of the week was a mad scramble to get everything together, but the second half was much worse. I just had to wait on the board's decision. You'll never guess what they said. Before long, I developed a whole spiel just to answer the question, where do you go to school? Well, I actually just transferred, even though it's my senior year, to Chesterton Academy of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which actually just opened this year, and I'm the only senior there. I always get some funny looks after that. It's an odd position, the school's only senior, but I'm very grateful for it because I really enjoy Chesterton Academy. It's a school that truly understands what Catholic education is supposed to be. The academics are challenging but rewarding. Every school on the planet will teach its students about the world, but Chesterton Academy is one of the few schools that also teaches about its creator. And I'm not simply referring to the fact that we have theology class. A Chesterton education is truly centered around Christ, no matter what class you're in. In astronomy class, we often talk about the order with which God made the world. We live in a comprehensible world because God wants us to comprehend it. I know that might sound obvious, but I had never fully taken the time to contemplate that before Chesterton. Whenever we come across a good example of order and harmony during class, Mr. Ohotnicki always gets super excited. I've never seen someone so enthusiastic about the math of Kepler's third law of planetary motion, or how similar the law of cosines is to this one equation for the variance of a combined random variable. I've always enjoyed seeing those kinds of connections, but I didn't realize how special they were until I came to Chesterton. It's those types of connections that point directly to the Creator, which is just amazing. And it's these types of things that have helped me regain my sense of wonder and awe for the world which God has created. This newfound appreciation for the world around me has kept me motivated, even when the search for truth can get particularly difficult. Our teachers often push my classmates and I to figure out things for ourselves instead of simply being spoon-fed answers. It can get a little messy, and it has led to a few accidental heresies on our part, but it's easy to tell how much we've all grown because of it. The academic challenges, all for the glory of God, have made me genuinely eager to come to school every day. However, it would not be fair to attribute my enjoyment to school solely to my new approach to academics. A large part of this enjoyment is due to the Chesterton Academy of Our Lady of Guadalupe community. The people at school are not simply the people I sit next to in statistics, or I guess the person I sit next to in statistics, considering there's only 2 of us. They're people that inspire me. I want to be around people who push me to become a better person, and that's exactly what the Chesterton community does. It's full of some really smart, hardworking, and virtuous people. I don't know of any other schools where students will skip lunch to go pray in church, or even schools that have daily mass for that matter. Because there are so few of us, we've been able to become quite a bit closer than most school communities, which is a lot of fun. From house activities, go Chrysostom, to Lyceum, to special activities like the girls' volleyball event and Christmas caroling. The Chesterton community genuinely enjoys spending time together, and these types of activities have led me to become a much more well-rounded person. Before I came to Chesterton, I knew what I was good at, and I stuck to it. I was afraid to try new things. But now, thanks to the supportive community, I'll try just about anything. I mean, I'm playing basketball. I've never played basketball before in my life. Let's just say I've truly embraced the Chestertonian idea that anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Looking back, I feel like everything that has ever happened in my life was so that God could lead me to this exact moment. I feel at peace, even if there's actually a lot of crazy stuff going on. Although I'm not quite sure what the future holds for me, I don't think anywhere could prepare me better than Chesterton Academy. It seems absurd to think that I could have ever expected to leave high school without a Chesterton education, even if I only get 1 year of it. I couldn't be more grateful for this school, and although I will be sad to see it go, I'm very happy to be the school's first graduate. Thank you. All of the students at Chesterton take choir together. Now listen to the school's performance of Adoro Te Devote by St. Thomas Aquinas.